Right then, so Richard at Rydon's Room here. I'm straight on to the review, exactly where the last one left off, right, literally, book still here, Invincible. So yeah, that is Jaina and Jason on the cover. So I remember when I saw this first time, I actually picked these up originally before NJO, but I didn't read the back. And I was like, okay, that's Jaina just fighting some random Dark Jedi or Sith Lord, right? Then I was Jason, that's probably why I can't see his face, or Darth Caedus, because yeah, like I said before, there's like this book where events that surely should have come up haven't, and this is it. Everyone knows that Jason is calling himself Darth Caedus now, and that he's the Dark Lord of the Sith, and the Sith rule the galaxy. And feels like we've missed, like, at least, I don't know, a few months to half a year of events which, you know, have come up in here. Like, everyone just knows what Jason is, etc. Shouldn't we have like had some more of this, like how public reacts to a Sith again? Because yeah, people know, not many people knew Palpatine was a Sith, but everyone knew Darth Vader was a Sith or a Dark Jedi. But yeah, there's none of that. And this is the big issue with the Legacy of Force series. It's called a Galactic Civil War. How many planets are even involved? It starts with Corellia and then the planets in their system. You know, the war didn't wage from, the core to the outer rim of the unknown regions. It feels like it was just relegated to no more than 10 planets altogether. So yeah, on to the ending. And so quite short. Not as short as Inferno, but I didn't mind. That was like, 289 pages, since the book was pretty good. Yeah, this one is 347, so yeah, far better than the over 400 of Revelation. Again, that was Revelation, like Jason has no good and has to die. If Jaina understand that, I think so. And Invincible is presumably Jason's belief that he's invincible, or it could be Jaina knowing her new training will make her invincible. Who knows? But yeah, so basically that's what leads to Jason and Jaina dueling with, yes, Jaina winning. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, again, it's good that, you know, the good side is stronger. Jaina, the more committed fighter and trainer, also wins. It shows that the all the training that she did paid off big time. In the previous book, I love that she was able to use the Force to open 30 bottles of beer at once. That would be quite a cool little trick to have in real life. Mando certainly loved that. But yeah, she's basically, they send an attack team of Mandalorians in to kill Jason. While he's distracted, Jaina, who could cut herself off from the Force, her sensing him, manages to like open fire on him. Luke then sends a vision of himself in to mess with Jason, and Jaina cuts his hand off. And it didn't mention it, I just didn't read it, but I didn't catch if Jason actually fixed his hand up. He was planning to do it, but I'm not sure if he was one-handed by the end or not. So yeah, Jason's actually, like, again, still thinks Luke is better because, you know, Luke out-dueled him in Inferno. No, not Inferno. Was it Inferno? Oh yeah, it was. It's like at the end. But yeah, so that's basically the ending. Jaina and Jason fight. You know, Jaina has to retreat after that battle, but after getting his hand off with a Beskar weapon, and faces him again for real, and she defeats him. There's a really cool YouTube vid out there where a couple of actors have like put it all together, and it's perfect. It's like word for word. Like it's a bit where Jason basically decides to murder what's his name? Princess Older, you know, Tenel Car's dad. His father is in a better time father-in-law. He married Tenel Car, which is really bad. Again, a huge way to like throw away one of the pretty good original characters, because yeah, he's one of the earliest EU books. So that's really cool that they did that. Yep. So yeah, he's basically getting like moths on his side. You know, he's collecting his power. You know, he's basically deposed saying the co-ruler of the Galactic Alliance, the Moncari woman, Chief of State, Admiral Niathal, that's her. And he's basically took over completely for himself, although she seems to disappear from this book. There's no idea what happens to her, but it'll come up in the Fate of the Jedi series if anyone's read that. I Wikipedia'd the whole thing because I did not like this series enough to spend money on the next series when it's the same writers. Well, 2 out of 3. So yeah, it basically ends with Jaina fighting Jason, cuts off, like basically injures his leg, slices through the tendon on the other foot, which wrecks his balance, like one foot crippled and the other hand gone or not fully repaired. And yeah, Jason does some bit of good before he dies. He basically tries to warn Jaina that something's going to happen to Tenel and Alana, but you know, Jaina isn't having it, and puts a lightsaber through his chest, and Jason dies. No tricks. Yeah, that was a really good surprise, because I thought they'd have Jason like survive or like almost win, or like, oh God forbid, try and reform himself. No, none of that happened. Yeah, it's a very close fight. There was a great bit when he caught Jaina in a force choke, where basically he tried to break her neck, but she used the force to twist her entire body with the motion, so it didn't harm her, which is just extremely cool. And again, Jaina's like commitment to the cause proved to get results. She won, and they basically freed the galaxy from Jason. But yeah, what it's trying to warn them about, or may have, for all we know, he would have just stabbed Jaina when she let her guard down. I believe that's what he would have done. You want to know that warning that again, this is just an example of people going way too far for like no reason. The Moffs decided to release this poison that will kill anyone with Tenelkar's bloodline, and launch it on her planet in the Hades cluster, which is just really bad. And the fact that he approved this, he proves it well. He didn't approve it when he found out who it would affect, but it was too late. Or he did approve it on being unleashed on Mandalore, meaning Boba Fett and his granddaughter can't ever go home, which is pretty cruel, to be honest. So yeah, because I know the Moffs are bad. I mean, look at what the Moffs at the height of the Empire's power did. But yeah, it just feels like they're just going way too far with some characters. Oh, they're evil. Let's have them do something really evil. Like watching a Family Guy episode where the evil cigarette company take over a toy store. Just prove how evil they are. The guy in charge shoots his beloved pet dog for no reason. It's just so bad but funny because like it's a piss take. This just is just ridiculous. And yeah, so the other thing, more of Tahiri's descent into madness. So she decides to once they go to Coruscant to try and rescue the prisoners. Ben gets taken prisoner. Tahiri decides to seduce him, which again feels wrong. She's like 30 and Ben is 14 at this point. I don't know what the laws are in the Star Wars universe, but is 14 considered a child like in here? Was it medieval times when 13 is an adult? Who knows? But it was really, really wrong. And Tahiri basically realised what she was doing when Jason admitted he was lying to her the whole time. And the whole flow walking, her changing the past from not kissing Anakin to kissing him when she realised she would never see him again, that was all lies. It's a bit like Marvel here, where you create, it's not even like Marvel, where you create two timelines to actually change the past. You just change your memories of it. Yeah, like Marvel do it in Avengers Infinity War Endgame by saying you can't change something that's already happened. You create a new timeline, but you can't change your memories, whereas Doctor Who does the sci-fi route of, your memories just change. In this, nope, your memories change, but you really didn't change the past at all. But you can't have more people seeing you doing it because of the risks of it could, if more people saw something going on, particularly Jedi, it could cause problems. Jason admits the first thing he did in his 5-year absence was see if there's a way to bring Anakin back to life, and found out there wasn't. Anakin, who he absolutely despises by the end. It's just how twisted Jason's become by the dark side and forgot who he is. But yeah, at least here he realises where Jason admits this is all lies. I was just doing this to get you on board, and now you've got to hate me because that's what Sith apprentice is. And yeah, she basically, Ben defeats her, but she basically runs. She thinks the government will never forgive her and she doesn't deserve forgiveness, etc. So yeah, at least she knows what she's done wrong, but the things she's done, it's too far. So yeah, this basically ends with Han and Leia deciding to basically adopt Alana as Amelia, her granddaughter, and go on adventures with her, which is quite cool. Jane is an adult now. Zek seems to die in the previous book, which is a shame that it leaves her free for the romance with Jag, which is obviously going to happen. But yeah, as long as Jane is not too messed up from the events. So that's pretty much it. Again, Luke doesn't do a huge amount. I mean, he's part of the whole, messing with Jason's head, manipulating people, like his MO for this series, and part of all the space battles, etc. But yeah, much as I said how it's a civil war which only seems to involve up to 10 planets. New Jedi Order, they've lost at least 60 Jedi of the fully trained, Padawans, Knights, etc. In here, I don't know how many Jedi died. 10? It just feels way... I know this is only 2 years, not 10, but everything feels way, way too low scale. And Fate of Jedi, which I think covers even smaller time, I just got no interest in. So yeah, that's it then. So I might do another series to review the whole lot one day, but if I don't, I wouldn't recommend it. To me, the New Jedi Order series is absolutely perfect way to end the Star Wars EU. They defeat the Yuuzhan Vong, they all lived happily ever after. Jaina and Jason became Jedi Masters, and Jason became Luke's right-hand man on the Jedi Council. And perhaps Jason, as Han mentions in a later book, goes off flying the galaxy with Chewbacca's child to go perhaps recruit Jedi and stuff out, dangerous, stop any danger. But no, we got this series just Jason turns to the dark side for no good reason, because he convinced the Sith are the only way to bring peace to the galaxy, even though throughout the whole of history that's never been true. And chooses to isolate everyone, and he just nothing. Every good part of him is gone completely. the Jason who loved animals only loves robots, as you know, by this point, and stuff like that. At least, no. All that said, though, if NGO was about, particularly the ending was Jason's story, him, becoming a more powerful and better person from it, this is definitely Jaina's, no doubt about that. And yeah, she has become my favourite character for this. Again, she started quite badly in NJO. She's just a bratty teenager, particularly to her mum for no reason, and yeah, in this there's none of that, thank God. So yeah, that's it for Legacy of the Force. Or there's one book left, which is apparently the epilogue. I got given it as a free gift when I bought the Legacy book second hand, so yeah, I thought I'd read it. So that's next read then. See you next time.